I don't personally understand or empathetically connect with the experience of idolizing a world leader, a president, as much as men idolize Donald Trump. And it is the majority of men. This is not a small amount of men by any means. And made this make America bigots again. I think, and I'm going to make the case, and I would challenge me, agree with me, adamantly disagree with me, threaten to cut off my member. But let's go down the rabbit hole of how we got here. And it's not a very deep rabbit hole. Do you agree with the premise that people are mean right now in the comments, especially on social media, and especially men?
We just started these videos and 400 view videos, and the comments are already 6 of them, and 3 of them are gross. It's like, oh, women aren't rational, men are, or one of them was kind of funny. Who hurt Baldy?
So here's my first line of evidence. We talked about how women in South Korea have the lowest pregnancy rate, recorded modern history. And why is that? Because they don't want to mate with men. Men are becoming more work than they're worth. They're costing women their time, their lives, the crimes, and women are speaking about it loudly. There is a huge movement among women and simp, if I would, from the red pill perspective, men who are considered simps from more dominant men. Those men and women are creating kind of matriarchal existence together. We come from the advertising world, and in the advertising world, you have to know how to work an algorithm in order to get your ad to be put in front of the right person. We have entered a stage of algorithm that is so sophisticated that knows people better than they know ourselves, better than we know ourselves. And that's no small deal at all. Algorithms are forming young men's beliefs because they're closed loop. They confirm bias what you put your attention on the most. So when you start watching a video, you're telling algorithms, show me more of that. And so then men start getting served things that are like, well, what's this about? So as advertisers, there's a term top of funnel. That's just like the biggest group of people at their most basic general awareness. And talking about, let's say, working out. Now go back to the beginning days of the pandemic, the first time young men were really locked in a room, so to speak, with these algorithms, which didn't start until about 2012, but really started reaching a sophistication level that is scary in 2020.
And they keep getting better.
Men look up how to get in shape. What do they find? Well, a marketing genius, not somebody I think should be breathing air, but somebody who is a marketing genius, Andrew Tate. And I'm sorry, Andrew Taint. And men were being influenced by him and learning what a simp is. The red pill movement started becoming a thing, especially misogynists in hiding started coming out of the woodwork, and new misogynists were being made because, hey, I like the idea of a woman being my property and I get to do or whatever I want to her whenever I want. And it's implied consent. So much in the mindset that was in the mindsets that were being spewed around in this pandemic and these closed algorithms. So men getting into these ways of thinking then confirm bias, because everything that you start believing, you want to see confirmed. And because these algorithms are just going to confirm your attention, all of these beliefs start being deeply ingrained, and then they become what we see now. What are your thoughts on that, first and foremost?
Well, things that come to mind is, one, this is happening when humans in general have trouble judging truth from falsehood. But when you're young, well, you're really bad at it. So this is happening during an impressionable time in their lives. And 2, this was happening during the pandemic or even before the pandemic, people don't have as many friends as they used to, which
Nope.
means they don't have as much of a sounding board or the potential for to be challenged on ideas that are fallacious or full of shit.
I'll take that a step further in saying that it is gaslight reality, also gaslight each other. If a man doesn't believe like me, he is a simp. He
Mhm.
is gross. He's the problem. He's taking up my space, my women. There's a lot of needing to be right. Nobody's actually, men especially, are not listening to each other or women or society. They're confirmed biasing just like they do on these closed algorithms. They're projecting that into reality, real world,
Right.
just like they would on the algorithms as if they were doom scrolling, which is a consequence of dopamine addiction, dopamine burnout,
Yeah.
which is
It is
not healthy,
uncomfortable to call out your friends and say, "Oh, that's not cool," and to have that conversation. Just a
which
buddy
is,
of mine was saying stuff like, "You know, a high body count," like that sort of idea.
you ever see the movie Good Will Hunting?
Oh, yeah.
Or Ben Affleck's character, sitting out at the truck after
This is when, Ben Affleck's on the job, right? Or his character is?
yeah, and he's
He's
like,
like
yeah, that's part of my day is walking up to your door and hoping you're not there.
yeah, he's like, "What the hell are you still doing here?"
Yeah,
Like, that's a hell of a friend, and a lot of folk
exactly.
don't have someone who'll tell them, "You're being foolish. Go
We
do
don't
something else."
we don't have that used to. It's
Mhm.
amazing how much it's not there. I don't have that in my life. I don't have friends that have called me out like that really ever. Very a
Don't worry,
few
Mark,
have.
I'll tell you when you're being a schmuck. I'll be there.
Be there for you.
Mhm.
These 5 words I swear to you
Will be
when
the
you
thing. But what are the consequences of this in our republic, for our society? Like, forward though, Mark.
we're seeing it. We're watching men become very hateful to each other, especially on the right and left, especially Republicans to liberals, more extremes. Watching men become kind of useless because patriarchy, in there, a lot of young men's eyes, is women do all the work. They take care of shit. They take care of me.
Mhm.
And women are like, F off. We're not interested in that.
I don't wanna be your mommy.
We should do a video where I'll bring up some of the videos and comments. How extreme women are done with men, how extremely done they are with men.
Mhm.
And I'm not just talking older women, I'm talking women in their freaking 20s, in the prime of their lives, that are rejecting the idea of relationships because it's too much work and it takes away from their quality of life. That's
Mhm.
a consequence. That's a huge consequence. And where does that go? Handmaid's Tale? That where these men want it to go? I would say at the minimum. For me personally, the minimum. Because if your beliefs are that women are your property, then why wouldn't it go that way? And to make fun of this picture, I believe I can source a lot of it to Donald Trump just giving men permission to become that or allow that part of themselves to come out now that he's made it normal. And that's why it's so important to not allow things people to numb out to how normal it is for misogyny to come out of
Yeah,
the
it does give
president.
credence to it. If the president of the United States, the highest office in the land, is espousing this and acting this way and has done these things, and yet he was able to attain such heights. And we argue that these feedback loops within the algorithms certainly helped make Donald Trump president.
Yep.
And I mean, harnessed a lot of this emotional angst. I mean, Scott Adams was someone who called Donald Trump winning years ago, back when he was like, they considered him some floozy. Oh, he's having a good time. He's not a real threat. But he was really persuasive and could harness these underlying forces within American society.
Yep.
And this doesn't just affect, I mean, about young men, red pill stuff, but these feedback loops, these algorithms affect all sides of the spectrum. It affects everyone. and it turns us against each other and reduces nuance and understanding within our society.
Yep. And just scrolling through True Social, just signed up while you were talking earlier. There's dissent, very difficult if your president causes constant dissent and to not even know what peace would look like, to not actually have ever seen that in actuality, in reality. Like Joe Biden was so good that he created a Shangri-La, but
No.
at the same time, the destruction that we're seeing right now in society because of Trump, because of his election, and because of
Right.
people giving themselves permission to act, do, and be things that they did not give themselves permission to act, do, and be before. And I can trace it to Trump. I can trace it to the shutdown in 2020, and I can trace it to these closed loop algorithms that confirm bias where you put the majority of your attention. And what confirm biases your attention to be correct. So it's self-prophesizing in ways that we've never seen, and then the dopamine burnout, the constant seeking of dopamine in combination with the constant seeking of domination. Those are dangerous things to combine in testosterone-driven men. That third prong. That's what she said. Oops. Mark for edit. So
we'll edit that out. No. I think that's a good place to end, isn't it?
Yep. So what do you guys think? We'd love to get this conversation going.
Yeah, get the comments in here.
Well,
we're always open to it.
It's important to first call this out and to really define it, because I think a lot of people can palpably feel the man problem in America, especially the young men problem in America, and how the algorithms have weaponized young men. And if you're dysregulated all the time, which these men are struggling with, what this regulation would even, how do you spell that? What?
Regulation.
No concept of self-regulation. So all those things in combination,
self-control or restraint,
that doesn't exist. So when you're weaponized with those predispositions and the beliefs to fuel them, it's dangerous. So getting conversation going around this is huge. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.